Well, I'm from Waterloo, and the way I got into wrestling was just being from that community. We went to a lot of wrestling meets at the high schools, and it was kind of like a big thing in my neighborhood. I just started wrestling when I got permission from my parents to do so. I just started it and loved it. That's the key to sports, is you have to love what you're doing, and they couldn't keep me away from a wrestling mat. And I wanted to wrestle in as many tournaments as I could. There was other sports, there was football and basketball and other things I wanted to do, but I really love wrestling because I like the one-on-one competition. And that's how I got into it. That was really rough for me, and I'll tell you why. It's because I won the nationals in high school that summer, and that meant that I represented the United States in the world championships for 18 and under. And that was just going straight from a 14-match junior national title right into a training camp, right into wrestling the Russians. And that was really tough for me to go from there to directly into Dr. Harold Nichols' wrestling room. And his wrestling room was different than Jim Gibbons and Ed Bennick, because the whole premises, his whole philosophy was to outsuffer your opponents. I didn't have a break. And I was like trying to figure out, why are we running 10 miles this morning? Why am I wrestling Nate Carr? Just can he let me up? No, he's not going to. It's 150 degrees in this room. And you just start thinking that this is a rough spot to be in. So it was a tough transition, but somehow I got on the starting team right away, which surprised me. You have mentors. You have people that start believing in you, people that would beat you by 20 points. And the next thing you know, they're beating you by 4 and 5, and they're like, hey, we think you can win this tournament. And that's what they told me in my freshman year. It was Nate Carr and Charlie Gatson. They basically sat me down and says, we think you can win a tournament now. And I was like, what? Win now? And they were like, yes. I think they may have been on point if it were not for some major injuries I got in the Big 8 tournament. I could feel the momentum coming as far as like the teams that I was on that freshman year. They recruited a lot of freshmen. There were so many freshmen on that team and a lot of talent. And basically, I think they were pushing us to see who would stay on the team. As a matter of fact, I can tell you for a fact, because I heard the coach say, I heard Dr. Nichols tell the coaching staff, make them quit. And I was like, what does that mean? Then I remember in the locker room there was a sign on the wall that said, those who stay will be champions. So I kind of figured it out. So that team was rough. We got 5th place, I believe, at the national tournament. There were some ups and downs that year. The following year, we started getting better, and we had recruited some really good guys that year as well. That was Nick's last year that would redshirt. But then my junior year is when we started winning everything. I was just expecting us to win. We'd go to tournaments and win every single duel. I think we might have lost one duel, and then we didn't do so well at the MCA tournament. But I think there was lessons learned from that, because I think the whole team regrouped. Individually, they regrouped. So that year I redshirted, we actually won the tournament. My senior year, I wanted to win the national tournament as, not just individually, but as a member of the team. And if you look at the points, we had the guys on the team to do it. It's just, all it takes is one, just one bad match from a person or maybe an injury, and both of those things happen. Winning the individual title was why I came here. Not that I didn't want to go to school in Ames. I loved it. I loved the people outside of the wrestling program, the community. I thrived here, here at Iowa State, but winning the individual title was something that was in my mind the whole time. I felt a little pressure towards the end because I waited to the last year to do it. And to be honest with you, as tough as it was, and it was really tough because I was cutting weight, I was losing a lot of weight. I was 203 pounds. Beginning of the year, I wrestled 167. I lost a lot of muscle. I just was having a hard time with that. So when I won, I laid down in the Hilton Coliseum on the floor. They were telling me to get off the mat. They were trying to break the place down. I was like, no. I was looking up at the lights, which I didn't do during the tournament. But I was looking up at the lights, and I was like, I'll never wrestle again. That was what was going through my mind. So I'll never wrestle again. Lo and behold, I wrestled 9 more years. I waited 3. Took a break. I waited 3, but I wrestled 9 more years internationally. So just to be on the Iowa State Cyclone wrestling team when I first got here, I really loved it. I just feel like I was going to be part of something big. I would say my legacy was you know, I wasn't afraid to basically to just lock up and take a guy from his feet to his back. I was looking to throw people. I was looking to entertain the crowd. I was looking to not just win, but to be entertaining. And I think I wrestled with my heart. I just want to send a message out to people that I went to school here with, my friends, you know, all the people that were in school when I was in school here, to my Iowa State teammates, the wrestlers that were on the team with me, to my coaching staff here at Iowa State, and to the fans, and last but not least, to my family. You know, I just want you guys to know that I love you. I know you haven't seen a lot of Mike VanArsdale because honestly, I put everything into my family. And I wasn't calling people. I wasn't hanging out with people. And you couldn't see me at the tailgate or at the game because I was doing what I was doing. Doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean I'm not still me. I'm still here. And I just want you guys to know that. To be a part of the Hall of Fame, I mean, it's like unreal. I mean, I'm not really understanding what's going on yet, I don't think. They could put anyone in that they want, so I feel honored to be going in.